The number on the paddle was 47. The bid was $4.2 million. And Victor Ashworth had just made the worst mistake of his life. He thought he'd won. He thought he'd finally beaten them all. But to understand why, you need to know what was really on that auction block. Millbrook, Pennsylvania. Population 12,000. Used to be 40,000. The steel mills closed in '89. The car plant followed in '02. The Hope left sometime after that. It was a town that lived on memories. But one business stayed. Harmon's Hatchery. Not a factory, not a mill. Just a family operation. Chickens, eggs, nothing glamorous. But every week for 63 years, Harmon's delivered to restaurants, grocers, and families who counted on those eggs. Walter Harmon started it in 1961 with 12 chickens and a wife who believed in him. He built it slowly, never took shortcuts. When he died at 84, the hatchery was producing 30,000 eggs a week, employing 47 people and feeding half the county. Consistency was his currency. Walter left the hatchery to his only grandson, Victor. Victor hadn't called in 3 years, hadn't visited Walter in the hospital once. He worked in mergers and acquisitions, big deals, bigger ambitions. When the lawyer called, Victor didn't see a hatchery. He saw a liquidation opportunity. He arrived on a Tuesday, planned to leave by Friday. The 47 families who worked there watched him. They knew what was coming. They'd seen it happen to every other business in town. They knew the handshake of a liquidator. Carl told him, "Your grandfather built something special here, Mr. Ashworth. We don't just sell eggs. We keep promises." Victor nodded the way you do when you're not listening. "The transition team will be in touch," he said. 31 years of service summarized in one handshake. Victor called his broker that night. The plan was simple: auction the business, take the cash, and move on. 3 bidders emerged, each more dangerous than the last. Consolidated, Archer, and the outlier, Eleanor Chun. First, Consolidated Farms, an agribusiness giant. They wanted the distribution network and the land, but not the employees, not the tradition. Their offer, $3.8 million, which meant 47 jobs gone on day one. Second, Archer Capital, specialists in optimization. Their model was famous. Buy, strip, flip. They'd keep the hatchery running for 18 months, extract every dollar of value, and then sell the remains. Their offer, for $0.1 million, higher but colder. Third, Eleanor Chun, 73 years old. She ran a small investment fund built slowly. Her offer, $3.2 million, the lowest of the 3. Victor almost dismissed her, but she asked for one thing: a meeting in person in Millbrook. They met at Rosie's. Eleanor told him, "You don't know what you're selling. The hatchery is worth either nothing or everything, depending on what you do with it." Victor laughed. "The math is simple," he said. "The math is always simple," she replied. "It's the story that's complicated." "They don't buy because they need eggs," she said. "They buy because they trust. Trust takes 40 years to build and 40 minutes to destroy. Because, Victor, you're holding a golden goose. And golden geese are rare." Something made Victor stay that weekend. He told himself it was due diligence. But he watched. He watched Carl greet every worker by name. He watched Margaret inspect every delivery with 40 years of precision. He started to see the faces behind the numbers. Then he saw Tommy at Mrs. Patterson's door, 89 years old, living alone. Tommy wasn't just delivering eggs, he was checking on her. "You eating enough, Mrs. P?" he asked. Victor stood at the corner, and something cracked. The hatchery wasn't selling eggs. It was selling presents. It was the invisible network that took 60 years to weave. The auction was 5 days away. Consolidated raised their bid to $4.2 million. Archer Capital matched. Eleanor's offer stayed at $3.2. She didn't budge. His broker was clear. Take the highest bid, Victor. Sentiment doesn't pay mortgages. But the clock was ticking and the goose was on the line. Carl came to his hotel that night. He told Victor about Walter. He had offers too, Carl said. Big companies. But he used to say, "The goose that lays golden eggs is worth more than all the eggs it will ever lay, but only if you let it keep laying." Victor didn't sleep that night. He ran the numbers, but they kept coming up empty. The auction was standing room only. The whole town came, not to bid, but to witness. Carl, Margaret, Tommy, 47 futures on the line. Victor stood at the podium. Accept the highest bid. Sign the papers. Leave. That was the job. But the room felt heavier than gold. The bidding stopped at $4.2 million. The gavel started its descent. And in that fraction of a second, Victor saw everything. He saw the doors that would close. He saw the town that would finish dying. And he saw himself walking away with $4 million and nothing else. Stop! Every head turned. Victor withdrew the property. The lawyers would fight for months, but Victor didn't care. He walked to the back of the room, to Eleanor. "Your offer," he said. "Is it still on the table?" She smiled. "No, now it's 2.8. You just proved you understand what you have." Victor never sold. He moved to Millbrook instead. He traded New York mergers for 4 a.m. shifts. He learned the business from the people who built it. The first year was brutal, but the third year, something unexpected happened. Victor was at Mrs. Patterson's door, delivering eggs himself. "I'm the backup, he told her. Victor proposed a cooperative. Other small businesses joined, sharing resources and the load. Eleanor funded the first round. "You're building an ecosystem," she said. "That's what golden geese do. They multiply." The town didn't boom, it sustained. And people started coming back. Victor visited his grandfather's grave that spring. He stood there for an hour, saying nothing. Some debts get paid in presents. Carl retired that year. The whole town came to the party. Victor told them, "The value of something isn't what you can extract from it. It's what it keeps giving when you let it." Eleanor still visits once a year. Same question, any regrets? Victor's answer is always the same. Just one, that I almost missed it. Everyone wants the golden eggs, the quick extraction. But the eggs aren't the treasure. The goose is. Relationships, trust, time. The things that compound slowly and shatter instantly. The people who chase the eggs, they get rich once. The people who protect the goose, they get rich forever. Value isn't what you take, it's what you let grow.